Okay, let's go.
We took ship.
Let's go.
And when we had finished our
Bible and me.
we came to Ptolemy,
Bible
the brethren, and abode with them
and
and the next day we
me.
were a false company departed.
Bible and me.
And we entered into the house of Philip
Okay,
the
there you go.
which was one of the seven, and
We
abode
got
with
the
him.
birdie. Hello,
And the
birdie.
same man had 4 daughters.
How you doing, birdie?
virgins,
There he
which
goes.
did prophesy. And as
Wait
we
until I
tarried
get
there
too
many days,
close.
there came down from Judea a certain
We go for a little walk
And when he was
at the
come
canal.
unto us, he took Paul the girdle,
It's lunchtime, it's time to walk. Because I'm beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere I go. Someone is walking this way too. So now let's take a look at the park. Like Christmas. The awesome day. The awesome sun out there. Yep. That's what it is. Hello. We are not the only one walking the canal. She's walking the canal too. She's walking the canal. She's walking the canal. Beautiful, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I'm going to take you up all the way up to the river. To the canal, Morris Canal. This is the same one that goes all the way down to Nutley. If you haven't seen the Nutley Park, go to my YouTube channel. You can see them, all of them there. It's called The Bible and Me, or Isaac, the Preacher 365, or Parks and Trails. It's not a long walk. This is like maybe half a mile, 1 mile back and forth. There you have the Bible on the background with the apostles, the book of Acts. They go crazy when they see Paul on the temple.
Men of Israel, help! This is the man that teacheth all men everywhere against the people and the law of this place. And further, brought Greeks also into the temple.
They are numero uno. Numero uno. Okay. When the kids are not in school, they come here and play.
And as they went about to kill him, tidings came unto the chief captain of the band that all Jerusalem was in an uproar.
Let's take a first view
They took soldiers and sent
of the canal.
down unto them. And when they saw the chief captain and the soldiers,
Later we go down that way.
then the chief captain came near and took him.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
And what he had done,
They singing that already on the radio. And it's not even Halloween yet. Still in September.
be carried into the castle
But you know, people are going fast.
on the stairs, so it was
And now I have the songs
violence of the people.
stuck in my head.
The people followed after,
That's
crying,
okay.
away with him. And as Paul was
God is good,
castle, he said unto
and
the
that's
chief
what it
captain, "May I
counts.
speak unto thee?"
We have this little bridge here where people go. How you doing? We got people walking on top of it.
But Paul said, I am a man which am a Jew of Tarsus, a city in Cilicia, a citizen of
Okay, we're back over here
And I beseech thee,
at the canal. There's the canal right there.
And when he had given him license, Paul stood on the stairs
You know, some place
and
to be,
beckoned with the hand unto the people.
to come and visit.
There was made a great silence,
Take a little
he spake
walk.
unto them in the Hebrew tongue,
There you
saying,
go. The canal. I love these places. This is my weakness. I love to walk on this.
Acts 22.
See, my lunch is too fast.
"Ye my defense,
Now I'll be
which I
here.
make
One of these
now
days,
unto you."
I jump down there
And he
and
spake
walk
in
on
the
it.
Hebrew tongue to them.
Walk on the river.
All silence. And he saith,
All right,
verily a
continue
man
that way,
which
not
am a
too
Jew,
far away.
born in Tarsus, a city in
Like
Cilicia,
another
yet brought up in this
quarter
city
mile
at
up.
the feet of Gamaliel,
You have the
and
happy
taught
faces
according to the perfect manner of
and the
law of
crazy
fathers, and was zealous
naughty
toward
kids
God, as ye all
that
are
write
this day.
everything on it.
And I persecuted this
They
way
love
unto the
to
death, binding and
put
delivering
their
many
stamp
captives,
on
both men and
everything,
women, as also the
telling
high
them,
priest
hey,
doth
look,
bear me
I am
witness,
crazy, I'm a
and
kid.
all the estate of the elders.
Oh well,
Also I received letters
I
unto
love
the
kids.
brethren, and went to Damascus to bring them
Thanks
which were
God
there
for
bound
kids.
unto Jerusalem for
I
to be
love
punished.
kids.
And it came to pass that as I made my journey,
I was a kid
and
once,
was come nigh unto Damascus,
and that was the best of my life,
suddenly there
being
shone
a
from
kid.
heaven a great light round about me,
You don't appreciate
and I
it
fell unto the ground.
when you are a kid.
And I heard a voice saying unto me,
There come that girl again. Let me see if I can
Saul,
skip her from the
Why persecutest thou me? And I answered, Who art thou, Lord? And he said unto me,
back to the park again.
I am Jesus of Nazareth, whom thou persecutest. And they that were with me saw indeed the light, and were afraid. But they heard not the voice of him that spake to me. And I said, What shall I do, Lord? And the Lord said unto me, Arise, and go into Damascus, and there it shall be told thee of all things which are appointed for thee to do. And when I could not see for the glory of that light, being led by the hand of them that were with me, I came into Damascus. And one Ananias, a devout man according to the law, having a good report of all the Jews which dwelt there, came unto me, and stood, and said unto me, Brother Saul, receive thy sight. And the same hour I looked up upon him. And he said, The God of our fathers hath chosen thee, that thou shouldst know his will, and see that just one, and shouldst hear the voice of his mouth. For thou shalt be his witness unto all men of what thou hast seen and heard. And now why tarriest thou? Arise, and be baptized, and wash away thy sins, calling on the name of the Lord. And it came to pass, that when I was come again to Jerusalem, even while I prayed in the temple, I was in a trance, and saw him saying unto me, Make haste, and get thee quickly out of Jerusalem, for they will not receive thy testimony concerning me. And I said, Lord, they know that I imprisoned and beat in every synagogue them that believed on thee. And when the blood of thy martyr Stephen was shed, I also was standing by, and consenting unto his death, and kept the raiment of them that slew him. And he said unto me, Depart, for I will send thee far hence unto the Gentiles. And they gave him audience unto this word, and then lifted up their voices and said, Away with such a fellow from the earth, for it is not fit that he should live. And as they cried out and cast off their clothes and threw dust into the air, the chief captain commanded him to be brought into the castle, and bade that he should be examined by scourging, that he might know wherefore they cried so against him. And as they bound him with thongs, Paul said unto the centurion that stood by, Is it lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman and uncondemned? When the centurion heard that, he went and told the chief captain, saying, Take heed what thou doest, for this man is a Roman. Then the chief captain came and said unto him, Tell me, art thou a Roman? He said, Yea. And the chief captain answered, With a great sum obtained I this freedom. And Paul said, But I was freeborn. Then straightway they departed from him which should have examined him. And the chief captain also was afraid, after he knew that he was a Roman, and because he had bound him. On the morrow, because he would have known the certainty wherefore he was accused of the Jews, he loosed him from his bands, and commanded the chief priests and all their council to appear, and brought Paul down, and set him before them.
When you find Jesus, you will find everything. Jesus give you happiness,
Acts 23.
not Coke, Coca-Cola, or anything. It's not going to give you happiness. They say they give you happiness. Nope, not going to give you happiness.
Until this day,
No, who's going to give you happiness?
the high priest Ananias
Jesus is going to give you happiness.
him to smite
You know who's going to give you health?
unto him.
Jesus is going to give you health.
Be thou white
You know who's going to give you
or sittest thou to judge
all
the
you need?
law, and command
Jesus is going to give you all you need.
contrary to the law?
Only Jesus. Without Jesus, you are not going to find,
I was not rather than he was.
no matter how religious you are. You could be like a saint. You could be like away from everything. And you still empty without Jesus. Because Jesus is the all in all. That's the teaching, the real teaching of the Bible. You take it or you leave it. But it is what it is. With Jesus, you complete. Without Jesus, empty for the eternity. Well, may the Lord bless you. Thank you for watching. And don't forget, Jesus is alive and loves you. And that's the way it goes. We're back to Super Boy Chechu Chong. Thank you and God bless. Bye now.